Wait.
Love you, Mimi.
Mom, first memory, when they said think of a memory, the first memory I could think of was me and you going shopping together in high school. And although those were normally horrible experiences for both of us, my friends would like to come to watch because it was so fun for them to watch me and you argue. But I think it was only fun for them because they knew we loved each other and that you were just thinking, you know, you were offering to buy me all this stuff and I didn't want to wear all this crap. But it was because you loved me, and I think my friends saw that, and my friends still love coming to the house. But I do think, even though, you know, sometimes we might say you get on our nerves because you always want to be close to us or talk to us about stuff, we know it's truly because you love us, and it is actually a great quality that you ask us all the dumb questions you do. So we love you, and happy Mother's Day.
You're pretty hilarious. I know that I have a lot to learn from you in being able to laugh at myself and make a situation better by just being positive about it, because I don't know that many people who would be okay with riding bikes in 90-degree weather and being lost and just being totally fine with it and cracking jokes about it. And I just remember that bike ride, you were laughing so hard at yourself the whole time when I wasn't really able to look at it in a humorous light. So grateful for that, and I'm grateful to have a best friend like you who makes situations better with a positive attitude and just a happy demeanor. I love you, Mom.
One of the things I like most about you, Mom, is your ability to look for the good in horrible situations. One experience that comes to mind is on a very hot summer day in Provo, and it was seriously probably over 100 degrees. Our car breaks down, and so we're waiting on the side of the road, and it was a holiday weekend, and so it took a really long time for the tow truck to get there. And Maddie and I were really mad, we were hungry, and we were really hot, and the tow truck guy gets there and he smells like smoke. He's really old. Maddie and I didn't want to talk to him at all, and then you get in the tow truck, get his whole life story, find out everything about him, and have a great 15-minute talk with I think his name was Bob. And that's something that you've always been very good at, is even in annoying situations where we try really hard to be in a bad mood, you usually bring us out of it by looking for the good in it.
Another thing I like about you is that you don't take no for an answer, and no matter who you're dealing with. And some people, basically you've taught me that as long as I can be really, really annoying, I can get whatever I want. But it's a good thing because like getting back into school and all that stuff, I probably wouldn't have tried this hard if you didn't tell me that I should never, ever take no for an answer.
A couple other, I did have to pull out a couple of good memories that stand out in my mind from years back. One of them, and I've got some nieces that will agree with me on this, is your flash dance. I mean, nobody will ever forget your flash dance. And everybody that sees this video, I want them to come up to you and say, show us the flash dance. And I love the fact that you used to dust the ceiling fans with your hair. That memory will always stand out in my mind.
I know you've always been supporting. I mean, back in 8th grade, I remember I didn't like school that much. School didn't like me. And you were nice enough to let me stay home for like 20 days in the last semester. So I didn't have to go sit in a room by myself. And yeah, that you've just always been there for your kids. And if we may be in the wrong, you're always supporting us and sticking up for us against whatever it is. And so thanks for that.
Okay, another one of my favorite characteristics of you, Mom, is just how easy it is to have fun with you and how willing you are to do ridiculous things. Obviously, a memory that stands out about that is in high school when, I can't remember what it was, but you bet us that we wouldn't do something and we did, and your punishment was that you had to get in the back of the truck on the exercise bike and ride around Eagle, which would have been ridiculous in and of itself, but it was awesome because you were wearing sweats and knee pads and a helmet.
Mom, next thing is individuality and being who you are. I think it's something that you've always stressed with all your kids. We're all fairly different, even though we all are, similar in some ways. And that's the best, to know that you love us no matter, even though we're different and we all think differently. And that's the best thing ever, just to know that you've taught us that everyone's different and that we're all the same, whether it's brothers and sisters on the earth or just, humans.
And you've always been the best example for us kids and everything when it comes to our future. You've always cared the most about us, and you've sacrificed so much, worked so hard, you and Dad both, so we could be happy. One of the biggest things I look up to you for is your way you inspire us and are example for us in the gospel. You got 5 kids who went on missions, and we all learned the most from that, and you've always been had so much faith and been so enduring, and it makes all of us want to be more like you and have that endurance through the hard times and the good times in life. So thanks for being such a good Christ-like example.
I think one of my favorite things about you is that you give people the benefit of the doubt. I remember growing up, I would come home complaining about people, and you would always try to make me understand where they're coming from, and it might have annoyed me at the time, but it's been so important in my life, and I'm so grateful for it. I think that you have a really good understanding of people's hearts.
And I also want to thank you for your example of, I guess you can say, like unconditional love for your children. It makes all of us, I mean, I don't have kids, but it makes me want to be that loving of my kids, and when I think about it, it's going to be hard to be as patient and loving as you were with us, because some of us were a handful, me specifically, and so I mean, just thank you for being an example of what a loving parent should be like, and just know that I do love you, and I want to be like you and as patient as you with my own family once I have them, so thank you.
One of the things that sticks out in my mind as much as anything when it comes to what I would be most thankful to you for, it seriously would be, and I know this might sound weird because you're not supposed to force anybody to the celestial kingdom, but I feel like you are dragging me to the celestial kingdom with you, because I seriously don't know if I would be there without you. And the love that you show for people, for everybody, it doesn't matter who, has taught me so much. And I seriously mean that when I say you will make it impossible for me not to go to the celestial kingdom, because I want to be with you for the rest of my life, and I want to be with my kids for the rest of our lives. And I can't imagine not being with our kids and grandkids forever. And thank you for forcing me to be with them forever. Hi Colleen, happy Mother's Day. I think this video is a great idea to get everybody's ideas of how you've touched their lives and inspire us. It's kind of hard to be put on the spot like this, but I think I got thinking today because I heard rumor that they were going to do this when we were on walk with the kids, and I got thinking about some of the greatest memories I have. And the thing that hit me is, and that I have to look forward to, is we haven't had our greatest memories yet, I don't think. I think our greatest memories are still in front of us. And to me that's exciting, that we've got so much more life to live, and we've got so much more memories to build. And granted, we've had a lot, but I still really think, because of the way you've raised your kids, that some of our greatest memories are in front of us with our kids, with our grandkids. There's nothing greater than being a a grandparent, and I can tell you enjoy being a grandmother as much as any role you've ever had in your life, and it's fun watching you with your grandkids. Thank you. I love you.
Hey Mama, the first thing I think when I think about you of characteristics I love and that I try to be like and try to get my family to recreate is your empathy for others and your care of other people. No one else I really know really cares as much as they do, for as many people as you do. One of my oldest memories actually of this example for being nice to strangers. I remember Idaho Falls, driving through some neighborhood. It was kind of not as nice, and some old lady was out there cutting her grass with a hedge clippers. It was long grass, and it was old lady, and she couldn't do anything. And Mom pulled over, obviously, and you helped her out, offered to go mow her lawn, and you're always willing to do that for people that and that's pretty sweet. And I think if I could teach her to be anything like that, that's a huge part of what I want to do, and it's awesome.
One of my favorite characteristics about you is that you are a hard worker, and you're always the best at whatever job you're doing, and you give it your all, even though you don't really have to. And it's helped me in school and whatever I'm doing to work hard, even when I'm not asked to. I appreciate how you've always made us do what we want to do, and like traveling, you have always pushed us to do what we enjoy, and going to Ukraine and teaching English and the trip to Europe, you never said no, even when we didn't have any money. You knew that we would enjoy it and be happy. So yeah, I like how you always push your kids to do the things they want to do.
Or I guess something that you've taught me is just the importance of sacrifice, and I've never met someone that is so willing to sacrifice for the people that she loves, and especially her family. There's been countless times where you've come down and moved me out of my dorms or into houses, or I'm just so appreciative of your willingness to drop everything when one of us kids is in need of help. And I think back to all those times that Jared and I were in the hospital, and how much time you had to take off from work, and how just knowing that you were there and your strength and your love for us was one of the things that helped us keep going. And I'm just grateful for a mother who gave me a good example of how I want to love my kids and the relationship that I want to have with them.